Connie Spalding. Vice President of Marketing and a bona fide hoe. Hey, Connie! Okay, every girl's got a little bit of hoe in them, but Connie, she's a different kind of hoe. She's a lay on her back, do whatever it takes to get your man kind of hoe.
Hey, girl, how you been?
Fine, where you headed?
Up there to see your man. Is he up there?
Oh, he's up there.
Let me go holler at that Negro.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, sweetie. Biff.
Well, what do you think? Is it good enough for a day with Lady May?
It's lovely. Rather small. Seems as if he's given us 3 nods. Well, you have 2, less one is hiding. Now, this chef is a friend of yours?
Jacob and I see him socially, yes.
Oh, bit of a miniaturist, isn't he?
Jacob told me that she decided to stay and serve the church again. I was
The
confused.
salmon will be properly sized, won't it, though? I mean, it won't be...
If it's not, we will serve 2 and...
So creative. Carissa,
Yes.
strength like yours, dear, is best expressed in stillness.
Now, we all know someone that just appeared to be the sweetest person in the world. Very nice to us, treat us really good at first. And then you start noticing some pretty nasty traits, shady remarks, underhanded tactics, like ulterior motives. You start to notice things and you're like, am I tripping? And when you bring these concerns to light, the person just bombs you with their niceness. Whether it's in a relationship or friendship or family setting, you start to feel like maybe I am tripping. That person usually is a nice, nasty person. And some people, sometimes let's just be optimistic and say it is a misunderstanding. And the person is actually a nice person, but it's just a misunderstanding, right? You're reading too deep into it. But in many cases, that's not the case. And you need to know how to differentiate a fake nice person, a nice, nasty person versus a authentic person, because those nice, nasty people usually have ulterior motives. They usually are underhanded and they sabotage your life a lot. And they seem to be the people that you tell good news, you tell your dreams to, and it just seems like either the dreams never happen, the good news never becomes good news for real. You need to cultivate a circle that when you speak about your dreams, those people help you and propel you to get there. We did a video on Hedy Lamarr, right? How Hedy Lamarr, a lot of people around her helped push her dream forward and propelled her. And she spoke and she felt free to, but she cultivated her environment. And likewise, even in my friendship circle, in my group, when I speak my dreams or my friends speak their dreams, we all help each other. And no one's dreams just, now it doesn't happen, this big thing because we decided to speak. But we made sure we surrounded ourselves with people that we know are not haters, not nice, nasty, that's gonna sabotage you, but that's actually gonna help you, give you advice, tools, or whatever to propel you towards your goal. You have to really, really pay attention to that. We're gonna get into all of that and more, but first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Karina Lude Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video, which I will link this article in the description for you guys. I use Hackspirit a lot. They're just, because I think they summed it up pretty well. And this article was written by Pearl Nash, and she summed it up pretty well, honey. Read everything for filth, okay? First of all, what is a fake nice person or a nice nasty person? It's just like what it sounds. It's a person who's nice, but they're secretly nasty. The first concerning sign, because there's 21 concerning signs, and we're going to get into all of them, is that they get too close too soon. That's for relationships, that's for friendships, family, whatever, right? Oh, well, family, you kind of grow up with them, but maybe it's a cousin you just met and it's just they bombard you. They just, the guy wants to move in already. The friend you just made all of a sudden wants to be your roommate. It's like, won't know each other like that, right? They do this by making you feel like you're the most important person they've ever met. They would learn your nickname or make one up for you very quickly. That's because they believe that this has a psychological effect on you that will make it seem like you're closer than you actually are. A lot of nice, nasty people, they have the sweetest tongues. They're the smoothest talkers, like, my dear, my love. But you got to pay attention to everything else. Body language, posture, what are they saying, right? Those are the type to say, my dear, my love, this lipstick shade looks very dark on you. You catch my drift. I'm thinking of like those, I live in the South, so those Southern darlings, those Southern charms. There's a lot of nice, nasty people in the South, okay? They have the Southern charm to read you for filth and do it so elegantly. and then make you feel like we're friends. I was just looking out for you. I thought we were friends. I thought I could be honest. I thought I could tell you the truth because we're close, whatever. But typically, if they get too close, already giving you nicknames, already finding ways to bond with you. The second thing is they're judgmental deep inside. Fake nice people are one of the most judgmental people in the world. Most of them see people as something that they can use. They can scan a room and find the ones they find useful and the ones they find useless. It's so easy for them to categorize people in their boxes. They waste no time interacting with those who won't add anything to their lives. And if you know someone like that, call them out, check them on that, like, even if it's friend. If you have people that choose who they're going to talk to based on how they look, that's a nice, nasty person too. That's a big sign. That's a big red flag. And you have to ask yourself, well, why did you talk to me? What can they gain from me? Ask yourself that with a relationship if you have someone like that. Or maybe it's you have clout. You're popular. People know you. You're pretty and they want to hang around other pretty people. Like there's various reasons. Start to think what made them talk to me because they're so specific and picky about who they talk to. And they're quick to call it out. So when you spot someone being judgmental towards others, best believe they're being judgmental towards you too. Okay, and fix that with you if you have that issue. They overpraise you. Another trick fake nice people like to pull because it always works is showering you with praise. They'll say you look good in your dress. Where did you get it? Even if you only wore a plain dress, you know. In fact, you're quite sure they saw you wear it before. Praise might seem like they're harmless at first, but they aren't, especially not when they come from a fake nice person. Even if you are convinced that you're not desperate for attention or love, they can still get you. The thing is, a fake nice person, a nice nasty person will praise you a lot at first, especially in the very, very beginning. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're very smart, you this, like love bomb you. This is equivalent to love bombing in a relationship, right? And you have to pay attention to that because it's not normal. It's not organic. Like you don't meet someone, if you're authentic, I don't just meet people and then start showering them with compliments unless I'm like a real fan of whatever work. Like I'm not saying again that there aren't people that are genuinely like this, right? Like if you meet someone for the first time and heard them speak in the context of you don't know this person well, if someone doesn't know you that well, even guys, it's not that you're a B word or whatever, but I'm like, why you over complimenting me? Thank you. Can we talk about something? Typically they have an ulterior motive, whether it's to get into your pants, to manipulate you in the future, becoming a stalker, whatever. And even with men, you have to be wary of women like that too. Women that over compliment you, that you can do no wrong at first. And they laughing at your jokes. Your jokes don't even be that funny. You know your joke's not that funny. And your ego is getting boosted because she's laughing at everything you say. You have to ask yourself, like, why? Okay, she obviously likes you. Okay, know the difference between someone who's just nervous or shy and they're laughing or over complimenting you because they don't really know how to really start a conversation, so they just lead with that, versus someone who's confidently doing it. There's people, they're not shy, they're not timid, they're bold, they're in your face, they're talking to you and they're flirting and they just keep over complimenting, over love bombing you. Be wary of that. Okay, they give you VIP treatment. They'll give you everything you need to feel like a king or queen. Love bombing, they'll offer you their seat, they'll make coffee for you and put it on the best looking mug. The funny thing about fake nice people is that they're easy to detect because they try so hard. Be wary. Most of the time, people who do this want something from you. And these are people who go over and beyond. This is what I'm talking about. Like they're trying to prove something. It's like they're auditioning to be the world's nicest person. It just doesn't come authentic. Dating is a little difficult because when dating, you want to present your best self and you want the person to present their best self too. You don't want, but there is such a thing as overdoing it and just be chilling. I'll do more videos for the sake of the length of this video where we go more in depth on that and how to not overread it and how even you, when you're dating, to know, hey, let me not do too much, because that can be translated very wrong. And it just seems like the person is love bombing you, suffocating. Like they don't mind being inconvenienced for you or losing comfort for you. Stuff that is like, it's almost like you could use them at that moment for anything. There's always something that's going to come from that. There's people that are just people pleasers, that are doormats, but there are some that you can tell those who aren't, they're pretty confident, they speak up and they're not this way with anyone else. But for you, for some reason, like they don't mind being inconvenienced by you. Number 5 is they make you feel that you're their favorite. Even in friendship groups, I find the friends that tend to be the most problematic will signal you out. Like say it's a group of 5 of y'all, girls or whatever, and there's one that just goes around and make everyone feel like they're the favorite. Sometimes, if again, you're a people pleaser, because these can be so confused with people pleasing. Like you have to know the difference. If you're a people pleaser, you want to make everyone feel special. You don't want anyone to feel chosen over the other, but you can genuinely tell when someone genuinely do more, right? You can tell versus a person just making you feel like you're the favorite, but you're not really the favorite, you know, because usually those nice, nasty people will talk about you behind your back to your other friends in the group, but to your face, they make you sound like you're perfect. You could do no wrong, and everyone else, they're calling out the faults. And how a sneaky way you can discover if a person is doing that to you is every time they get with you, do they seem to only highlight the negatives of the other people in the friendship group with you? It's like they're almost isolating you. That's in a friendship group. And even in a relationship, men do this too. Women do this that are, you know, fake nice guys, the problematic, the abusers. They isolate you from your family, your friendship groups, and they talk bad about your friends, right? One first thing a guy would do is talk bad about your friends, your family, try to turn you against them and make you feel like you're so special, you deserve better, and they're the best option for you, and just highlight you and praise you so much to make you feel like everyone else is just not on your level. That is so toxic. Don't fall for that. Check the person immediately or exit that situation. Nip that in the bud. They have a hidden agenda. There are polite people and then there are fake nice people. The difference is that fake nice people have a hidden agenda. It's easy to spot this from salespeople, but it's not easy to see this when it comes to new friends, family members, neighbors, and coworkers. How can you smell this from afar? If there's someone you don't know too well, this includes people you've known for years but haven't really known on a deeper level, and they become too close to you all of a sudden, ask yourself, what can they get from you? If they single you out, meaning they're awful to other people, then be wary. More likely than not, they're simply there to take advantage of you, okay? And even with family, if all of a sudden you start doing well for yourself, you start making money, and this family abandoned you. You see how a lot of celebrities, they make it, and then that absentee father out of nowhere comes into the woodwork and start love bombing you, telling you how special you are, blah, 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 because they need money. Friends that never really paid too much attention to you, but they gonna need a favor, or maybe you have some good fortune in life. They're gonna need a place to stay, and then boom, it starts happening. There's an agenda. Ask yourself, why is this person being so nice all of a sudden? Because a smart, intelligent, nice, nasty person or a fake nice person would not do it sudden. Like if they need a place to stay on Friday, they're not going to start being nice to you Friday morning or Thursday. They would start even a month before. So you have to pay attention to the sudden interest in me a month before, and then you see, especially if someone disappeared and resurfaced in your life, pay attention to that. Next is they'll take advantage of your insecurity. Fake nice people prey on insecure folks. They want to know what your insecurities are so that they can take advantage of them. Most of the time, they aren't going to be as straightforward as to ask, what are you insecure about? Pay attention to the things you say to find out what upsets you. They might notice, for example, that you're insecure about your looks and begin targeting exactly that. They might give you compliments to win your favor, for example, or tell you subtle insults to keep you in line. It's best to just not really highlight your insecurity if you don't feel safe around someone, because this is where we get to the meat and potatoes. Like, you ever told a guy in a toxic situation something you're insecure about, and then they throw it in your face afterwards, and you're like, well, dang, later on, right? It's the same with family members. I know it's the holidays. Actually throw your insecurity at you, like, oh, you gained weight. Oh, you did that. Oh, you still not settled down or something. Everything that you might have, they might think, if they don't know that you're insecure about this, they think you might, they might throw it in your face. And it's best to just not share any insecurity at all with anyone, especially people you don't know that well, right? But really, the people you know that well sometimes are the shadiest and the ones that will use your insecurities against you. So pay attention to that. Next is they get upset when you don't side with them. Fake nice people easily get upset when you don't side with them or when you disagree with them. They don't hang out with people because they like the company. They hang out with people because they see the time and energy they spend on others as an investment. And that investment is put into question if it doesn't show results. After all, why did they hang out with you and tell you nice things if you're not going to take their side? Some can hide their disappointment quite well, while others will straight up bash you in the head with it. For example, let's say that you disagreed with something they had said and tried to call them out on it privately. In response, they might tell you something like, I helped you out when you didn't have a job and this is how you repay me. Yeah, that is major. I hate people like that. It was a bad habit back then. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to have that bad habit. I'm just being transparent with y'all, where I used to feel like, hey, if I'm nice to you and I'm treating you a certain way, I should get that favor back. You know, like friendships are purely transactional at some point. And I had to really wake up to that. It's a toxic mentality and you have to heal. But when you come from homes or environments or communities where everything is just transactional, you kind of see things like that. And it's a very toxic. People are not investments. Yes, in some cases they can help you. You can help them or whatever. I know I talk about networking a lot, but you shouldn't look at people like that. It should be a genuine interest, right? And that's why people get so mad, these fake nice people, when you don't side with them, because it's like you owe them something just because they complimented you or they babysit your kids one time or they helped you clean your house or something. You owe them something. Same with guys. They buy you a drink and then all of a sudden they feel like they have access to your vagina because they bought you a drink or a meal. It's like, what? This can't be transactional. Do you like me? If you not buy me a drink because you like me, just don't buy me a drink. You know what I mean? They get upset and they get violent and they bash you in the head with it. Pay attention to people like that. Number 9 is they randomly stop being nice every now and then. Fake nice people are good at pretending, but it doesn't mean they don't get exhausted from their show. Smiling when they're annoyed deep inside, praising when they have nothing to praise about. These things add up and can be unhealthy to anyone's spirit, even to the fake nice. Because of this, they have a lot of repressed emotions. These pent-up feelings usually come to the surface during random situations, and they usually dump them on people who they think are inferior to them. You'd be laughing your heart out while watching a TikTok video during lunch break, and they'd snap at you for it. If you have a boss or family member who's consistently fake nice, you have to learn how to cope with their irritable behavior. Distance yourself from them because you become their official punching bag. Yeah, I know people like that. All of a sudden, your joy irritates them. They're annoyed by your joy. You just don't get it. Or you'll see like hot and cold. Like you're friends with someone and they're hot and cold. One minute they treat you really well, really nice, and you feel like, and then the next they're just gone. It's like, what happened? What did I do? You don't know. It's flip-floppy where you're like, this person hates me. Like, you ever had a friend who's like, yo, this person hates me. Like, they're just so hot and cold with me. They're shady. I don't know. We got to really, really be careful with that one, because consistency is key when you care about people and you're authentically wanting to build relationship with them. You're consistent and leveled. Even if you don't always agree with them, you can pause and be leveled, you know. But when the person just seems so inconsistent with their mood with you, that's a problem. Number 10 is they make promises that they don't keep. Okay, a fake nice person is your instant bestie, and they will make sure you feel like there's something special between the two of you before you go. They'll plan something with you, but of course they won't follow through. They'll say something like, let's have lunch next week, or I'll send you some cookies I bake, but none of these things will happen. And most of the time it's not done on purpose. It's just some people are really busy. They make promises and they just can't keep it. They're busy. Like, as a people pleaser, I used to overexert myself and make promises to people just to make them feel good in the moment. And then like, I really couldn't come through with it. It's just is what it is, right? So that's not always the case. But 9 out of 10 times, if it's always like that, like the person said, I'm going to do this, and they just flake on you all the time, like you just know you cannot count on them. No. Next is they're not the most reliable people. In the same way they can't keep up with their promises, they can't be relied upon when it comes to other things like work deadlines and chores. What's frustrating is that fake nice people always try to wiggle out of their mess by their niceness. They'll just use their charm in your friendship so you'll not be pissed at them. They'll probably become fake nice because they know it can get them out of trouble. Friends that use, there's people that use money a lot or other resources to kind of get away from their toxic behavior and things they did to you. You got to pay real close attention to that too, because why couldn't you just be nice in the first place? Number 12 is that they don't voice their opinions strongly. Fake nice people want to be loved, and because of this, they don't want to offend anyone. People pleasing. Also, that goes into that. I just need to do a whole video on people pleasing. Of course, they have a lot of strong opinions, as judgmental as they are, but they will never say them out loud so they remain liked by everyone. This is concerning because sometimes we have to stand up for what is right and we have to argue and discuss to improve. But fake nice people don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Next is they like to gossip. That's self-explanatory. They always know the tea on everyone. And I always say this, I live by this. If someone, all they do is gossip with you, they will gossip about you. There has to be more out there to talk about. There has to be more to life to talk about than other people. I just don't know how else to put it, right? But if all the conversations go towards that and there's nothing else, there's no growing, healing, what books to read, what's this recipe, etc., you have to question, like, okay, you're talking about me. And some people that just do it with ease. You can't say nothing good about anyone else. Anyone else's accomplishments, they'll find a way to downgrade it, to uplift themselves. They'll put down the other person's beauty. If you think someone's beautiful, gorgeous, you're like, oh my goodness, this woman is so gorgeous. She's not all that. She's or this person's house is so huge. My house is bigger. This and that. Or something. It's just like they find little ways to bring down others and then try to do it sometimes even discreetly. Next is they rather be liked than tell the truth. It's also people pleaser, which goes into the other one with, just not really expressing their opinions because their end goal, fake nice people, their end goal is to be loved and to be liked by everyone. So they'd rather just be liked than tell the truth. Next is they're not really your ally. They're not really your friend. They never have your back. If you find that every time there's controversy, I'm not saying someone should always side with you, but there's a way to disagree with friends, right? If I disagree with my friends in a situation, I'm not going to go to the enemy lines and then now we're all plotting against like viciously. There's a way, like Shanquella Robinson, right? We talk about Shanquella, like how that happened to her. It's kind of like you could tell this person is not your ally and you have to look at them too, like they are enemies too, right? So you have to be very cautious of that. Don't expect fake nice people to pull you aside and tell you that there's something off with the data in your presentation. They won't tell you if your makeup is looking bad either, or your skirt is not too right, your hair is tilted this way. And sometimes people think it's mean, but if I was looking crazy all day and I have friends next to me and y'all ain't tell me I look crazy, you're not my real friend. I am so brutally honest with my friends and they're so brutally honest with me that it helps us to elevate. Like, it really does. I will not look like how I looked 5 years ago. I will continue to try to elevate in my looks because the people around me keeps it real with me, vice versa. If you have people around you that can't do that, even a guy that you're dating that just cannot tell you what's going to help you either, say it's a venture you're doing, maybe you're into this new career and they find things that you could tweak and they're just like, well, let her just look crazy. I am not going to give her advice to help her. That's sick, okay? Next is they're incredibly secretive about their personal lives. They want to know everything about you, but you don't know nothing about them. Everything they do is a secret. Places they're going traveling. You have friends that's about to go somewhere and they can't even tell you. It's just like so much is just hidden and you always feel out of the loop. You always feel like there's things you just don't know. You feel left out because typically when you love someone, you care about someone, you're authentic, you are excited to share like whatever exciting thing is happening in your life with them. You're not really trying to hide anything, right? So you have to look out for these signs because that is a big red flag, okay? They want to control you. Fake nice people often have a tendency to be controlling and oftentimes they'd have enough practice with people doing their bidding. They might try to make it seem like it's in your best interest or even a more obligation to go along with them. They like to control your life, what you wear, who you talk to, where you go. They're very invested in things. And I'm not gonna lie, again, I feel like a lot of these I'm not gonna be fake to y'all and act like I don't suffer with some of these, okay? These are things I've been working on forever. I have a control issue. Okay? It just is. But it's from growing up, etc. So even with my friends, I would be the possessive type, the controlling type, like, no, do your hair like this. And to me, in my mind, I'm really looking out for you. It's your best interest. I know this looks good. You must listen to me. But I had to learn really quickly, sis. And I'm grateful for the patience of my friends that are just always like, Kareen, like they get that it's coming from good intentions, but no, you are an adult. You should have your own identity, be able to make your own decisions. No one should be able to control you. Even when you're married, that's not what God didn't say. Your husband has to control you. Your wife has to control you. Like you're your own individual. God is first, but you're your own individual. Okay. Let people be free. The best way to love someone is to let them be free. That's it. And if people cannot let you be free, because even God himself give us free will and ask us to freely choose him. So anyone who's not doing that and is, being weird about it and trying to control everything, it's not even a godlike character. Next is they're obsessively hateful towards people they don't like. Fake nice people often fixate on the people that they don't like in their lives. And depending on how many people have called them out, that can be quite a lot. It can be very draining to be around fake nice people because they seem to always have issues with people around them. They seem to have a lot of enemies, a lot of discrepancies, a lot of things that bother them. They seem to just always have an issue with with someone. They're never at peace. Their life is just never peaceful. You have to pay attention to that too, okay? And ask yourself, why are you always in some drama? Why is there always something going on? You never have peace. Next is they like to brag about how good they are, okay? They're very braggadocious. They're very egotistical. They feel like they're God's gift to mankind, okay? That is probably a sign that this person is not that nice. If most of the time they speak, they're talking about their accomplishments. They don't care how it's making people feel or if they will appear away. They're just always talking about how different and set apart they are. Especially if you're dating someone, oh, I'm not like other guys, or women, pick me women. I'm not like other women. Those are the nastiest women I know. Those pick me. I'm not like the other girls. They be the worst. They be the worst, trust me. And men know that too. I'm glad men are waking up to that, because there's a lot of, like, when I talk to my guy friends, they're like, yeah, she was just trying to show me just how much she's so different in this. I'm like, okay, girl. Like, they can see through that. It's very toxic. Men do that too. Just, if you got to talk about how different you are and how good you are and all your accomplishments and stuff, yeah, are you really that great? Next is they are obsessed with attention and praise, okay? Fake nice people thrive on attention and praise, and they aren't afraid to play dirty just to get it. If they ever do something good, they would go out of their way to make sure others know. Why even bother to be nice if nobody gives them credit for it? And when people say that they're nice, they like to carry it around, because not only does it validate their cultivated image of being a nice person, but they can also use it as their shield when someone questions their niceness. Of course, when people stop giving them attention and praise, they become upset and think people are simply being ungrateful. If they do something nice, everyone has to know about it. Everyone has to know about it. And they feel like you have to give them their praise. If you're not giving them their praise, they'll give themselves the praise. And almost everything they do seems to be because of the desire for praise. Do with that what you will. But these are some signs of a nice, nasty person and how shady they'll be. Okay, you got to pay attention to these things and protect yourself, and know that they can easily bamboozle you. The best way to deal with a nice, nasty person is to just not deal with them at all. Cut them off, give them no life, and move on. You don't have to announce it. Just move different. I'm a little busier. Yeah, I'm just not available. And phase them out completely. Just phase them out of your life and leave it at that. And don't engage. Or always be aware of it and keep your head on a swivel and know that this person's not. But if it's dating, any guy, woman you're talking to that fits any of these attributes, wrap it up. Wrap it up. But this is all I have for you guys. Comment below what other topics you guys would like me to cover. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.